Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia, and today we're starting a brand new Let's Play on the channel for Total War 3 Kingdoms as we're doing another challenge run. So halfway through our previous He This is Total War run, I was challenged to do something apparently harder, which is to dissolve the Han Empire with Liu Hong on turn 1. Now this isn't actually harder in my opinion, because you are not at war with all your former subjects when you dissolve the empire, and you can actually, through diplomacy, get a ton of deals and sustain yourself in the early game. But the premise of this dissolve the empire run is quite interesting, and I'm gonna change it up a bit with a few different house rules to give ourselves quite a challenge. So first, to introduce the faction, we're playing Mandate of Heaven DLC, 182 start, Emperor Liu Hong. We are the Han Empire, and we have some very weird mechanics. We have the political influence resource, which will increase with our administrative office building, and we can use this to annex factions diplomatically and to release characters from our court. This is our resource to fix our court, because we start out with many eunuchs and many wrong officials in wrong positions that's weighing us down, and we need to fix those. Aside from that, we start with the Imperial Court because we are the Emperor. We also have access to the Imperial Army, which are elite units, but they have very low replenishment rate. There's a negative debuff on these units for replenishment that you must overcome. And we have a unique political assignment, which we can use to gain additional political influence resource, character experience at the expense of food and public order. And we can use this only on our faction leader, faction heir, or advisor. And we have our faction leader being undeployable, so he's going to be perfect for this assignment. We have quite a few noteworthy characters, both historically as well as artistically. He Jin, our brother-in-law, who is also going to be the general of the Imperial Army right now. We have Yuan Shao Kong Rong, who will both leave us. We'll also have Shi Xie, and he will leave us, I believe, in the event as well. It's fine, we don't need these traitors. We are going to dissolve the empire regardless. And as a character, our traits are not great, but they're not terrible. It could be a lot worse, to be honest. At least we have some positive authority point. There's -4 here, but at least we net out to about 4 points. And we don't have a fancy skill tree like our son, so as the emperor, we're actually quite bad in terms of supporting our whole faction, which kind of makes sense. Our only saving grace is our background bonus, which gives us 200 additional income from family estate, 200%. So the base is 2,000. This means additional 4,000 income per turn. It's not going to really help because our economy is going to be in the tanks thanks to our eunuchs. And we'll talk about our eunuchs once we do hop into game. We'll be playing this on Legendary without any mods, since I prefer to do challenge runs on vanilla. But as I mentioned before, we're going to be adding quite a few house rules. This is the state of the map that we'll be jumping into. All the yellow factions are currently our subjects. I believe the light green is the Han Empire vassal. We're going to say goodbye to our empire at the start. Of course, you have the yellow turban still raging on in the north. We still have to wipe them out. Of course, playing as the Han Empire, we can't really lose to the rebellion unless we lose our capital, since that's one of the requirements for them to win the Mandate War. So even if the whole map is owned by the Yellow Turbans, as long as we can defend Luoyang, they can't win. So basically, we can't technically lose to the Mandate War. And we'll discuss what type of victory condition we'll be looking for, because typically all you have to do as Liu Hong is finish off the Yellow Turban. That might be a bit too easy for what we want to do, as I believe we'll dissolve the empire early on and rebuild it for our end goal. So let's start. The empire must endure.
陛下，您乃当今大汉天子，然如今四海之内叛乱风起，
民情未察，乃有此乱。妖贼造言惑众，哄骗良人，乃至幽计大乱。朕当速速出兵抗乱，大汉天威，谁敢不从？朕当广开言路，问询咨议， 传政令于万民。
诚如陛下所言，臣自当勤勉不懈，以息天下之乱。
皇后贤良淑德，是您的贤内助。兼之有大将军何进兴兵讨逆，暴民和叛党必将一败涂地。
此言不虚。幽蓟贼人以区区之众迎天下100万之师，早晚休矣。
您乃是天命所归，然而却有作乱为祸之徒，妄称天命，企图颠覆汉室，千万别让他们得逞。
Alrighty, so we are the Emperor under heaven, and long united must divide. We will be the one dividing it, and we'll also be the one uniting it, as long divided must unite. So our first mission is to just take on the rebel army in front of us. We'll get 80 political influence, which is just enough to fire one character from the court. Now, political influence is our faction unique resource. As you can see here, we are gaining 12 points per turn from buildings, and different levels will have some effect. We'll get public order bonus, but most importantly, this number is used to fire officers from our court. Because it takes 80 points here to fire one, we can't do it, just by the regular methods. It's just not allowed. Releasing also costs 80. Removing from office also costs 80. So if we want them out of the court, it's going to take some political influence. Another thing different with our characters is they're all assigned one of 3 factions, and that includes the bureaucrats, the dynasty, and the warlords. They will give various amount of debuff and buffs, with bureaucrat being bad all around. There are some small bonuses like satisfaction and character experience that we could get at tier 1 that might make it worth getting just a little bit, but overall it's just bad. Right now we have the max amount of points from characters in the court. You can see the green icon, as well as just having eunuchs. We have 13 eunuchs. Each eunuch, whether they're in the court position or not, will give us 3 points. And that's going to make game a lot more difficult because eunuchs have additional debuff from their trait that gives 10% additional character salary per eunuch. So we're paying 130% additional character salary right now as well. Not fun. But as a house rule to make this campaign more challenging, we'll be trying to keep most of our eunuchs. Now, they can obviously die of old age. A few of them start in their 50s, 58 for Talding. He's the oldest one. So it's at least 2 more years before he start having his death trigger as a possibility. Hopefully he dies young, and that way we can get rid of him. I don't want to use too much political influence to fix our court. There's obviously many exploit we can do, and we showcase that in some of our guides, especially with a unique item, which is quite funny. We don't have it here, and I'm not going to look for it and trade for it. The goal of this campaign is not to cleanse our court, it's to dissolve our empire. And as Liu Hong, role-playing a bit here, we're not going to get rid of our eunuchs. We love our eunuchs. We call 2 of them our father and mother, and those we will never get out of. We'll always keep them. The reason why this is the case is because Liu Hong was not the son of the previous emperor. The previous emperor died without heir. So Liu Hong was selected because he was young and his father, a prince, had died already. He's a distant relative to the main branch of the imperial family, and he was selected. He's from Hedong, and that fact will play into our house rules a bit later on. We'll talk about which territories we're allowed to keep as we play this campaign, because it doesn't make sense for us to own all the land. We'll own a few of the land that's related to us, and we'll rely on subjects in our rebuilt empire to maintain the other pieces of land. And since he was selected, he moved to the capital at his around 10, and he was raised essentially by eunuchs, and they treated him really nice, and he liked them. So that's why he relied on them, even though they were extremely corrupt by this period and the main cause of the downfall of the Han Empire. We have our lovely wife, Empress He. not a kind person. She sort of framed and killed the previous empress to get her way, and she was a maid. Her family wasn't well off. Her father, or stepfather actually, well actually no, it would be her father, just that her mother is the second wife. He remarried after his first wife died, so she and He Jin are actually stepbrother and stepsister. Regardless, they are still brother and sister, and because of her eventual marriage to Emperor Liu Hong, they're able to elevate the entire clan, and He Jin's now the general of the Imperial Army in light of the Yellow Turban Rebellion that's about to start on the map in the north. We will not care too much about them because, like I said earlier, they can't win. We'll of course still want to beat them because fervor is a terrible mechanic that we don't want to deal with. So we want to win the Mandate War, but the main goal is to capture both of the former capital of the Han Empire, which means we will be owning Luoyang, as well as Chang'an. We'll be allowed to take both commanderies, all the gate passes that protect them, also Meixian, which is classified as part of Hanzhong in-game, but Meixian is a small county right outside of Chang'an, where Dong Zhuo actually made his base. It really shouldn't be part of Hanzhong, so we're going to classify it as part of Jingzhou, and we'll use that as an excuse to be able to capture Sun Pass as well, which guards the capital here, so everything makes sense in this area. We'll be also allowed to take Hedong, as well as the gate passes around it, in order to claim sort of our ancestral home. Makes sense. And the key thing about these three commandery here is there is no food source in any of these three commanderies. So we would have to rely on our eunuchs for food, as each eunuch does provide 2 food production. We'll have to rely on just having standard farms, and we have to rely on our subjects in diplomatic deals where we get food from them to help sustain our limited food empire here in the capital. So with all that said, we also need to rebuild our empire, get the subject back into our land, make subjects with perhaps family members or people who we deem worthy. And we also want to rebuild the capital so that we have a tier 5 palace building, which is this one. Now, the tricky part about this requirement is that we have to get the reform at the very end of the yellow section of the tree. And as you can see from all the boxes, that's quite a few reforms. And these are not very useful reforms for managing your armies or your commanderies. So that's going to be an additional difficult part for our victory condition if we don't want to go forever just waiting for reforms. Now, because we're not going to hold that much land, it's not going to hurt us that much by not taking some of the more economic reforms. And because our bureaucrat influence is so high, even picking up one trade agreement here just does nothing for us because there's -5 at tier 5. So we basically just don't have trade agreements to go off of early on. And our economy is in the tanks because our character salary is so high. We're paying 12k in salary. Every character is paying 300 plus, and that's the characters that's not in a court position. Those that are, I believe, are they all? Who? No one's not in a court. There we go. If you're in a court position, look at this. Coron's 805. That's ridiculous. Some of these characters will leave us and form their own factions when those events come. There's also an event that will kill us, and then we have to pass the empire on to our heir, which currently is our son, Liu Bian, and we're going to keep him there. The reason being I don't want to swap to Empress He and then swap back. I think just realistically, it doesn't make sense for our Empress to be heir, even though from a game mechanic perspective, having her as heir is much better than having a kid who gives no bonuses. Liu Xie obviously would be the one we would want to inherit, both historically and in-game, because he has good skill trees. So we'll try to get this fixed before we die. and see how things go. Regardless, let's get things started. We have a lot to do on turn 1, and a lot of it is going to happen in the diplomacy screen. First things first, we're dissolving the empire. Everyone with a seal are subject members. We have quite a few. If we just look at diplomacy, every faction in yellow is a subject, and we're going to say goodbye to all of them just by saying goodbye to one of them, because we have the option in alliances to dissolve the whole thing. Goodbye. Now, they don't declare war on you. We basically just said, we don't have an empire anymore, you guys are not worthy. And they don't pay us tributes anymore, therefore our economy tanks even more. So we're now negative 6,000. But we can actually fix this because they still like us. They still know us as the empire. They lost our trust and they have to earn it back. Now, we're gonna be doing quite a few deals here. And it's gonna look like a trade simulator for a little bit. We're gonna look at their items because this is the turn that we would want to get those done. And technically, if we give them items, we can reform an empire right now, but that doesn't really benefit us. And we'll have to sort of wait till their points become positive to form that empire later on. Right now, I just need them to help me sustain our current empire. We'll come right back to this screen. First, I gotta figure out our food to know how much food I need to trade for. Ideally, nothing, because what we can do is increase our tax to the highest. We have one commandery under our control. If it's gonna rebel, let it rebel. We'll be fine with that. This puts us in -6 food. We have a large regional city, which honestly is a waste of food because it doesn't even give us 1 additional build slots. We can scale it down to regional city without losing any build slots, and we'll save 10 food right off the top here. So we're just going to quickly refund that, and we're going to instant construction to drop it down, and we have +4 food. So we're already good there. Great start. Then looking at our army, we cannot replenish because we're on enemy territory. We'll beat them down, we'll colonize, and then we can sort of heal a little bit. And to aid that effort, we have only 1 assignment available. And I believe Telding here has 10% replenishment. So he can help our army out by getting our Imperial army back in tip-top shape. Usually Imperial armies are very expensive and difficult to maintain. But for us, it's actually not the case because we have He Jin's unique background, the Butcher of He. Not because he killed a lot of things, but literally because his father was a butcher. 80% upkeep for Imperial units. So cheap army. This whole thing costs us 1.2k upkeep per turn. Super cheap. We love it. We'll give him the weapon. He'll be doing most of our fighting for us. More expertise for him. That's going to help with evasion. He's not a great general, but he has good units, so we're going to definitely rely on him early on. Good and cheap unit. We have a Confucian Shrine, which I think is not useful for us in this case, so we'll demolish this. We won't be relying on this for defense. We'll be relying on administrators. The best administrator for defensive purposes is going to be... Oh, he's at court, isn't he? We can wait a turn. Chen Dan, because he comes with a retinue of Imperial units that we can just slap into the capital and they can sort of defend our capital for us if we want that. We might not want that. We might want someone with better bonuses, but he's not bad. He has 20% construction costs discount from his high expertise. Nothing else really, a little bit of satisfaction bonus, and that's about it. Starts with 15% industry, pretty easy to get that 40% commerce going. It's an option, free defense option, better than that garrison building that we have. We'll build the free building It'll take 6 turns, as you can see, because of the extra turns we have to pay for bureaucrats. If we can lower that soon, we can cancel this later. But right now, we'll keep that where it is. And of all the buildings that we can build, I think a state workshop is probably the best option just to get a little bit more income going, because our income is still very, very bad. Assignment-wise, I think we do slap on the 10% replenishment. It'll kick in next turn, and our army can enjoy that. Now, because we start out at max rank, we don't have any of those prestige points to play with. So we can't customize our options with how many assignments we get. We just have to play around with our influences to get the right number, which is tough, or get some reforms. We would like to have our emperor do his assignment because he has a unique one that gives us political influence. We can't do it right now. Anyhow, so that's done. We would probably also want to send out an army. We do want to get some of our officials killed. There's a couple really bad ones. Anyone with the green head and in our office is bad because, I mean, Coron is terrible, but he's hard to kill because he has resiliency because he's a unique character. We have to pick characters without resiliency, preferably young characters who's not going to die of old age, which we have some really old characters. We have Tiaoquan 72, super powerful background bonus, but gonna die. 37, Burn Officer, Xun Shuang, we're gonna keep him because of that. And also think he is Dynasty, right? He's not Bureaucrat, so he deserves to live. Zhang Wen deserves to die, but he's a Burn Officer, so these two we have to keep. They will leave us alone. We already mentioned where he's going. Cui Lie is only 18, he can go die. How is Cui Lie only 18? This is wrong. The age is definitely wrong. He's ready 62, but that's the idea. We'll send an army out to fight this and hopefully get ourselves killed in the process. We can obviously declare war on any of our neighbors if we want, but in the beginning, I think we want their money first. I think the easiest thing to do, I think we did look at his items. Nothing great. What is the military access? 5.9. We'll do these separately. They're quite high. And I think we want regular payments to sustain ourselves. We'll see where our income stands after we do all the deals here. We're going to try to squeeze out every last drop. Don't tell me 7 is the... Oh, there we go. One more. We're not done. It's easier to go here. It's going to be everyone, so might as well just come in here. 155. Close, close. 154. There we go. Chipping that down. You're next. Oh, no, not declaring war. Let's see. I don't want your book on crossbow shooting. Not very useful. .6. Okay. We can make this work. We're relatives. Maybe 5? Yep, maybe 5. Alright, not much here, but like I said, every little bit counts. Come on.
我方同意。如此甚善。
Play around 150 for everything. He has a pretty massive landmass in the start. So healthier economy means more generous. Very generous.
你的提案不错，如此甚善。如你所愿。
Let's see if the yellow turbans want to do anything. Nope.
老友来访，甚是欣慰。
Wow, you got really bad items. I'm sorry. But you are very, very, very happy to sign a deal with us. We saw the value earlier. Alright, only negative 4,000 now.
真喜讯也。
Gonna get there eventually. Wow. It's gonna be like 60?
那就如此吧。
Ah, don't draw before you got fat.
快说。
Nothing useful. Oh, not a fan, huh? Not a fan. Maybe we can just give up on him.
真喜讯也。
You're poor. Give me cash. Oh my god. Give me items. I don't think this is gonna work, Liu Bei. He's just dirt poor. I can get... He doesn't even have food. I mean, he's in Pingyuan. It's not that poor. Oh man. Okay, we'll take pennies.
那就如此吧，朋友，欢迎。
We actually did military access, which included... Yeah, not great. It's okay. We lost out about 40. It's not a huge loss. Pretty sure we're still going to be the negatives after doing all the deals.
妙。
Oh my god. Not looking good.
朋友别来无恙。
Capture rate. Satisfaction. Satisfaction, these are decent items. What is your value? 0. Okay, so we're not getting those decent items. Yeah, we're not. We're just not going to get anything there.
欢迎朋友。
Wow. Okay.
欢迎，请进。
Public water. We're embracing the rebellions. Wow, people are poor. I don't even want it now. It's like less than... It's 30 something.
那我们开始。
Maybe they can make some money and then come back and talk to us. I mean, Hedong is rich.
我方同意。请进，朋友。
Nope.
朋友，欢迎。
Nope.
我方洗耳恭听。 你的提
We'll
案
be
不错
lucky to get it below 3,000.
欢迎。足下别来无恙。
wonder what item we would actually splurge on. Maybe a concubine. That would be, you know, in character.
我方接受了。欢迎，请坐。
我们有许多话要谈。你我已达成共
There's
识。
still quite a few factions. Maybe we can squeeze
欢
this
迎
below
朋友，
3,000.
朋友，欢迎。
Don't look like you like us.
别来无恙啊！
I was hoping for much more, being 6.6.
我方同意，
Maybe we can
别来无
do...
恙啊！
Yep.
算是谈妥了。
I doubt Hansui is going to pay much. Oh, it's better than I thought. $80. Okay.
你我已达成共识，请进，朋友。欢迎，请
Same
进
pinyin, but different name. Spell the same when you anglicize it.
很荣幸再相见。
Oh? Liu Xun? Not related. Liu Hong's actually related. He's Imperial Clan. But Liu Xun is not.
准了，真是倍感荣幸。
我们有许多话要谈。
I don't know if we want capture rate. With our salary situation, do we even want additional characters? I don't think we would. I think it's going to be 81. Nope, 80.
我方同意。
Yeah, getting it below 3,000 is going to be a miracle. That's too low. Oh, you are a relative who owns a lot of land. Could you pay us? Oh, he doesn't make much money from the land. Still a decent chunk.
你我所见略同，别来无恙。
I feel like at least for the first 10 turns of the game, we can move our income level to about where it was before we dissolved the empire.
切谈几句，难题迎刃而解。 你我所见略同，别来无恙。
The funny part is, once we dissolve the empire, it's gonna be fun watching them all fight each other.
进来谈谈吧。
And no one wants... Oh, there we go. Got one more willing to pay us. That's the local administrator. I don't understand why the local administrator is female in the artwork.
准了。今日所谓何事？妙啊！
Alright, we're under 3,000. Now the new goal is under 2,000. Negative 2,000.
如你所愿。
There's only 2 more factions, unfortunately. Yeah, it's not happening.
朋友，
Oh yeah, it's not happening.
欢迎朋友。
They don't make much. But they also don't have cash saved yet. Oh, they make a lot. They make a lot. Okay. They do own the most land at the start. Yeah, I think we're doing about the same as the tribute situation. But tributes are forever. These deals only last 10 turns. Alright, negative 2227. If we can get some generals killed, we can do a little better than that. Hangul Pass. I eventually want to upgrade these, but they're going to be money sinks before that. Like I said, let's pick some generals to die. Tuilia is actually not bureaucrat. Okay, he's 62. So Feng Fang, Lady Feng's dad, can die. Zhang Wen can die. Jiu Zan's 58, pretty old. Deng Sheng, okay. Deng Sheng, Zhang Wen, Feng Fang. We're gonna first summon one general as the proxy, and then they can come out together afterwards. So who's? I guess the strategist would make the most sense since they're cheap. And what we're doing here is just the movement trick. I'm gonna delete his unit, therefore I can use him as the proxy in the future. I believe we picked Deng Sheng, we picked Jiu... No, we didn't pick Jiu, I think he's 58. We picked Feng Fang. And now we can just recall him. They get the full movement for turn 1. We used up our recruitment limit, so we're going to have 2. That's okay. We're going to go... speed up the movement. At least be in reinforcement range? Yes. And we'll try to get them killed here. It's going to be hard to kill them. There's just not enough enemy units to kill a general. Alright, so the Imperial Army needs to back off. We don't want them to get injured. They're precious. They also should not be firing. We didn't delete the retinues because if they do die, we will have the option to summon a general to replace them. And that way we can sort of get another one on the field without paying for redeployment and hopefully kill more generals that way. The only way I think we can get them killed is maybe dismounting them and then just having them charge in. Hold on, I'm not sure we'll lose this duel. Maybe we will. If we don't use any abilities. He has 6% evasion. Let's do it. Let's try it. You get off your horse. Fight the infantry. I mean, he has a damaging ability with 0% evasion. Yeah, it's not great, but we only have 6%. We have the same... Oh, my weapon's slightly better. We have a little extra 5% bonus, or maybe even less, for base damage. We're hoping his ability... I mean, he's getting bumped on the horse and can't find his way. We're hoping his ability wins out. Higher health total. Kill us. Kill us. And of course, one battle might not be enough. We might have to find another fight for them. But the goal is to get this army killed. Man, they're just coming for us, aren't they? How far can we go back? And the other thing is we might rout before we die, which is already kind of happening. He can't run because he's in a duel. Trying to chase this unit down just so they don't go after our Imperial units. I mean, I can obviously turn on some of the... There we go. Perfect. Come back and fight me. Getting whittled down. He's going to get killed. This is excellent. I might actually give him Unbreakable to the end of the duel so he can duel as well. Because then he can get killed. Looks like he's gonna die. Don't die yet, don't die yet. He's gonna rout. It's okay if he doesn't die. He bounced back. Positive 9 now. Duel. We can let him live one more turn if we want. I actually don't know how it would be if both generals... Oh, I should just accept it. Doesn't matter. Extra experience doesn't really matter at this point. Alright, we get him killed. I'm gonna go pick up some experience here. The units don't need any experience because Imperial units come with max experience. Yeah, I feel like as long as the retinue's there, they will be the option for us to replace them. I think we can get a duel here as well and get some experience from the fight. I did give him weapons, yeah, so we'll be fine. I thought for a moment there we forgot to give him the weapon. Hello. Last general was just the test. Get a few charges. He's gonna die. Nice. This is all to build up He Jin's heroism. When our allies have fallen, we prove our worth. We make the enemy general worth something by giving him 2 kills. And then we're going in for the shutdown gold. You know, because if we just showed up and killed him straight up, he's just some nobody rebel general. Now he's somebody who killed 2 of our generals. Alright, the crossbow is going to rout them. I don't know if we'll get back in time. Pick up the scraps. We want all the scraps. Wow, there's only 13 left of 120. You guys killed a little bit too many. It's crossbows. Wait till they're healthy. Alright, get 1 kill here. Chase those. We'll take 13. It's better than nothing. Alright, let's see if we can replace some generals. We lost 1 Imperial favor. We are Imperial favor. We'll take replenishment as much as we can for our army. We do get to replace. Now, who do we want to come out? Strategists doesn't make sense because their retinue is super cheap. Zhang Wen is one person who we do want to kill. I mean, it's still a bit of money saved. Let's do that. I'm not sure if Xinjiang is someone... We can't see his... We can't see which side he's aligned to here. I know Xun Shuang is someone who... Zhang Wen's also burnt, but he's in such a bad core position. I don't think we care about that burn buff. I want to kill Cui Lie. Oh no, he's not bureaucrat, I think. Dong Chong? Is he bureaucrat? We can't check. I should have checked for our backup list. You know what? It doesn't matter if you're 58. That's still 2 years too long. By that logic, I think their retinue is... I mean, he's not useful. We wouldn't keep him regardless, even if he's the right association. We want to at least have 5 food. We got this done. And we want to hold 2 settlements, including the port. We'll get that done as well. How unfortunate you guys have died. Drop down to 78. Success. Got some openings. We won't be rushing to assign character yet, but I think He Jin makes sense as Grand Commandant. He's in charge of our general situation. He doesn't have good faction-wide bonus. That's the only thing. His only personal bonus. He did level up. The duel plus the cleanup kills did help. He has a pretty good ability. Sacrificial Strike is actually quite good. 5% for 11k. Chance of capturing enemy generals. I think we'll just take this first. The capture rate doesn't really do us any good. Zhang Wen. Oh, we can see what their association is. Warlord, right. Kind of figure. He's bureaucrat, we know, but he's also the burn officer. His salary is also insanely high because he's here. Jiu Dan would have been someone. He's old. That's the only reason why I didn't summon him. And he's old, which is the only reason. And we want the retinue. We want to move him here next turn. Koron should leave on his own. And we do have enough to fire 1 person. And Cao Ding is someone we probably will fire. He's actually ahistorical. There was 12 eunuchs. He's not one of them. I don't know what the game was doing when they put him in. With the gold armor too. He existed. Wrong time period, I think. I think he's actually dead by this time. Regardless, he's gone. I think we will fire him. We have enough food. We're gonna banish him from the courts. Oh, can we afford the satisfaction from the banish? 50. Let me see the lowest first. 42. I mean, if the eunuchs get unhappy and leave naturally, we're all for that. So banish is the right move. Alright, we're cleaning up house. Who has good faction-wide bonus? We're looking at faction leaders, obviously. They have very good ones, but the problem with these is that they will leave us eventually. And because of that, we're gonna remove some of their gear too. Since we're keeping a lot of our eunuchs, we can actually use... Oh, our Imperial Father is sad. We don't want him to leave. He's our Imperial Father. There's our mother. Their bonuses is industry and commerce. There are better bonuses than them. Friend of He, he's the one who kind of helped Empress He become Empress. 10% replenishment. This is what we probably want. Yeah. We get 2 points of public order. We get 10% replenishment. It's going to be massive. We're going to first colonize this. Costs us a little bit of money. Faction support, public order, all sorts of good stuff. We'll get a weapon once we own the entirety of one commandery. We do. We want to move into Loyal Master Defense. Okay, we want to move back, but you can see right now we have only 1% replenishment because there's the negative 13 debuff which comes with the unit. So I don't want to make the eunuch my Imperial Chancellor. Grand Commandant also doesn't make sense, but I guess none of these make sense for a eunuch. So Imperial Chancellor it is. We want this 10% replenishment. Now the army's at 11%, and once the assignment kicks in, there is a good assignment. Oh, Talding had the good assignment, so we did fire the guy who had the assignment with 10% replenishment, which is fine because his position is just way too bad. Any chance? I believe it's one of the Vanguard assignments, skills that you can pick up for the replenishment. 11% is good enough. I think we'll just send the Emperor on his unique faction mechanic. Reward officials. -5 food will still be in the positive. We'll be able to pick up 10 points of political influence per turn. That way we can fire people quicker and put our economy in the positive quicker. Wait, don't give me... Wait, 3.2? Is your economy bad? Why didn't we get money from you? Okay, your economy isn't great, but... Hey, 50 is nothing. But something. I guess that's how we should put it. Not nothing. These are nothing. We have to get stronger for factions to come back to us as part of our empire. Yeah, we just can't drop this below. It'd be nice to drop it below so that we can save a turn on the constructions, but I don't think we can. I suspect we don't want to build that first. We want to get this going so we actually have a commandery or have a structure with defenders. We should put her here, actually. Minister of the Imperial Clan. It makes sense. It can only be family member. We're not making her our heir. Her faction-wide bonuses are not good. We get dynasty influence from her, and we get 1 additional assignment. Character salary goes up because family was free, but now we give her a position and she's not free anymore. The whole point is we can do 1 more here. Maybe get some cheaper... Yeah, maybe that's the thing. We don't build anything this turn. We get 1 of these assignments. Not from him, because we want to move him next turn, so he can't be on assignment. I guess Dongchuan would work. Trying to see if there's anything else that could help us. I mean, if we're doing green buildings, maybe. Also a good way to get food. Yeah, that is the way. And we'll still achieve the same build speed next turn. Save us a bit of cash. Alright, any other core positions we can fill? Minister of Finance. The 2% corruption is actually not that helpful. Diplomatic relations from Minister Harold. Do we have a suitable candidate for this, though? Just to get warlord points? Uh, 2% replenishment. We would need to get above 6. Yeah, we can actually push. We can just put Hoods in here, though. That makes more sense. Not really, but he can also go here. Because I would like someone with better faction-wide bonus in that position. So I'd rather Hudson take this position. 8 points still not enough? 12 would be the full bar. Do we have to cross 12 to get the first level? I guess so, because this is 14. 90, 16 per stack, 74. We're 1 point over. That's a headache. If we just dropped it by one more, it would have been better. I guess we slapped a eunuch in, which is what killed it. Which other eunuch has a worthwhile 15%? Yeah, maybe. That's the best one, I think. Local hero, no good. Can't summon him on the field, so the local bonus is just never going to happen. Perhaps 15% is the best we can hope for. Yeah, there's two separate 15%. That's basically 200 a turn. Not terrible, but not worth it. I don't know if he's worth keeping. We might consider keeping him, but right now we got to figure out the economy section first. Alright, I think we're actually good here. No spy, but we have 5 slots. No one's willing to spy. No character willing to recruit. Cannot alter our court anymore. Tax rate is way high, which is good. Assignment's going to kick 5 of our food away. So I think we're at a good place. Yeah, we're at a good place. We can enter and see how it goes from here. Oh, we can get rid of 1 unit each. Save as much money as we can. We just need to have 1 unit so that we can keep replacing the general when they die. But we don't want to pay the upkeep for too many. And negative 871. Let's go. Zhang Yan is the leader of the looters here. We have our faction council, which means we should assign Grand Commandant. We have to look at the characters here because we care about their association more than anything else. And it's rather random. Okay, we have 2 warlords. We have 2... And all 4 of those are willing to spy. So they're not spies themselves, which is good. Like, they're being considered for Grand Commandant right now. Not a fan of these. Master of Wooden Stakes. Yeah, these are not going to do. We're going to have to wait for better candidates. We can finally move people around. We definitely don't want to move him down. But before we do that, I guess we'll just do 4 characters. We just won't have 1. Celebrate him? No thanks. No thanks. That could be fun, but does cost 1,000 to do. I don't think we're taking in more salary. This is probably the better option. Random set item, reroll. Can we reroll eunuchs? Can they, you know, it's an injury trait. It's not, it's funny, but it's not going to happen. He must have another bad trait, cruel and greedy. He has 2 bad traits. 100% from looting settlements. Are we going to loot a lot of settlements? That's the question. I don't think so. And the Vanguard skill tree is not good for faction-wide, so I don't think he's going to be a faction-wide character. I'm not going to consider this, although it would be funny if the reroll option included eunuchs, which it's not. It's an injury trait. You can't fix injuries. I don't think this is worth 1,000. Right, this is good. 500 for these. The agricultural change has boosted our income to positive. Picked up 2 items. Not shifting too high. Coalition. Alright, Liu Bei is ready to come back.
朋友，欢迎。
I'm so happy. We are family. I don't think we can get anything else from him. Yeah, we can't. So, welcome back to the Empire.
那就如此吧。
Makes sense he's the first one to rejoin. But it does make getting more members more difficult. Because now if we, let's say, go to Luzhi and be like, invite... Whoa. Because we have the combined power with Liu Bei, and because they're friendly, he's willing to rejoin too. Yeah.
这很合理。
How much can we rebuild?
欢迎，朋友。
Okay, not everyone.
欢迎，请进。我可没心情。
And if we look at the negative value here, it's opinion. So basically relationship with us weighted against our military strength. And then distance with us. Well, distance might be a hard one if we don't expand very much.
甚是欣慰。今天咱们好好谈谈。真喜讯也。
You're just poor, aren't you? We might take an item. I think he has extra item that he can't equip. Yeah, this is better.
你我所见略同。
We're family too. Can we talk about it?
如此甚善，能见足下，我心
That's
甚慰。
close.
很荣幸在相
We're
见。
not gonna bribe anyone to
很高兴见到足下。
join the Empire. If they're not willing, we don't accept them.
别来无恙。如此甚善。欢迎。
Like, just super shocked that Luzhi agreed right after, but I think it kind of makes
朋
sense.
友，欢迎。
He and Liu Bei right next to each other. Distance between us is super close.
祝你好运。
Just like Han Fu's distance is also super close there.
妙啊！
So I don't think we'll get it from anyone else. But I guess it's worth checking here.
欢迎，朋友。我等皆青睐足下。
欢迎，朋友。
别来无恙。今日所谓何事？我等皆青睐足下。欢迎，朋友。
Maybe the Han Empire,
妙啊！
maybe.
欢迎。
But they probably see themselves as much stronger than us right now. Oh, it's close. It's actually close. Okay, let our Imperial Army heal back a little bit more. And then there's a chance. Oh, speaking of that, even though he has the wrong he doesn't have the right skill. So, yeah. He might have the right skill. We might grab someone to do assignments, even though we maxed it out. We can do the buildings real quick and then just cancel him. Because we don't have that many building slots. We can build 2 things, so that's 1. State Workshop, 2. And then it's in 4 turns, which means he actually can kick in again before it times out. I just want to confirm conscription's the right one. I think so, because that's the one none of our vanguards have. So that makes sense. Oh, let's recruit him then. It would cost me... Please be money. Please don't be... That's 1,000. Yeah, that's fine. We can afford 1,000. He's also the right dynasty side of things. We call him back. We're gonna follow them. We're gonna summon another general to die. Honestly, Xinjiang can die. Only 37. Ashi's dynasty. 55, 58, 58's young, I guess.
冬日蛰伏，春季行动。潮起潮落，足以磨平巨石。
Okay. -12, back to negative. No, I mean, there's no turncoats. These are just characters we have. That might be all we can do. It's spring. Reform time. We start with this one here, Master of Ceremonies. We should go Principles of Weight and pick up 20% character salary discount. Makes sense, actually, for what we currently suffer from. Oh, Administrator swap as well. He comes down here. Oh, we canceled our assignment a little bit too early. Because with the administrator, I can save another 20% on the money from building it. Oh, I'm a little torn. 15%, not that high. If we deck him out properly, 17. How much can we get it to? I'm going to take that from you. I can also take that from you. 22%. 22%. Couple of ways we can think about it. We could delay it. Because we also dropped this. So the turn and cost is going way down. We're going to reassign. We're going to reassign him. I'm going to take away this. I think we need to get our buildings in order within 2 turns. Yeah, this was a poor cancel. It's okay. We're going to just reset this for next turn. Small mistake. No big deal. He's at what, 22? I think we have a way to get rid of him. What we can do is just give him a title and then take it away. See how low he goes. 12. Okay. The other option is administrator and then fire him. We're going to keep some eunuchs, not all of them. This one's useless. This bonus is not reasonable enough to keep him. If we are not doing the Emperor assignment, we can get away with getting rid of 2 eunuchs. The trick is we can dismiss him here. Goodbye. Same amount. Same level of uselessness. At least he has stubborn, but he's never coming on the field, so that's kind of pointless. So I think we stay at peak food efficiency and do the same thing to him. And we'll say goodbye to both of them, and maybe we can take this down a little bit more. If we get our dynasty to go up one more, we get another assignment slot. And we're going to reset all our assignments next turn. So that means I should actually promote him into a Grand Excellence position just for the 6-point dynasty. Puts us at 20. Not as high as we wanted. I think we do it. And if we really want to push it over and there's no candidate next turn, we can grab Tianfen as well. It's always an option, I guess. Or we can elevate someone. Like Xun Shuang perhaps can be elevated to Grand Commandant. He's the right association. Not the greatest faction-wide bonuses, but we don't have to recruit a new character. We can wait till next turn to figure this out. We don't have to rush this, because once he comes here... Oh, it's still 3 points. There's no additional baseline points here. Oh no, there's 6 points. There's 6-point dynasty for the position, so that would put us over. Oh no, they gave it to us. Never mind, we don't have to worry about it. They did give it to us. It just didn't load. So the next thing we gotta think about is Warlord influence. We have Yuan Shao, but that's it. I don't like these two. We could elevate one of them to this position. Clerks, I think, are not useless. We can get 2 construction turn right. So this is a worthwhile promotion. We go from having 2 points to having 4 additional points. And that should give us that first tier as well. Perfect. So 2% replenishment on top of that. The position he vacated, guards are for replenishment of garrisons. We don't have a suitable character that can take over. And the 2% is not that important for us. I think that's a good shift. Let's use the extra assignment we already got. Sending our guy for the replenishment, so it starts queue next turn for the main army. And we canceled 2 things that we probably didn't to cancel. Didn't think through the court process properly. A little 2-turn delay there. But anyhow, does look better now. Let's continue. Rebellion about to happen. We now have 1% again? Why are we standing in Hangul Path? Ah, we are a hair into Hangul Path. But that still shouldn't be 1%. I guess the population bonus is gone. But the character bonus should all population change. Right, building the Imperial Palace. That's our goal too. We want to do this. 30 warlord influence, 40 dynasty influence. We'll definitely keep our eye out for that. This army will heal back in 2 turns. Alright, to save money, we're gonna put him in here. And then we have 6 food, which means I can do this. This is much more reasonable. 2-turn buildings, 2-turn buildings, and with the -1 turn from the assignment, it should be 1-turn construction. He didn't leave. The banishment and lack of purpose still gonna happen. So he will build up that loss, counteracted by recently demoted. I can refresh the demoted anytime. So about 2 turns to fire these 2. That should give us some time to process the building setup. The assignment for the Emperor will kick in and we'll actually lose a little bit of food. We'll figure out how to deal with the food later. Diplomatically, anything change? Oh, we have a trade agreement. Beautiful. $6.9. My. Although we have a positive economy, much of this is temporary. We do have a lot of choices. This will probably be the best. We also get a lot of resources from the south. He probably has more than enough character to put all the items on the court. Trade is what's sustainable for our economy moving forward. It's nice to see this has come back. We can't check for the invite. I mean, what we should do is just look at who like us the most. And if they're not willing to say yes, it's almost impossible for the other factions, unless we are just that much stronger than them. Which will eventually happen once the Yellow Turbans start taking pieces of land off of them. But right now that's not the case, so I don't think we need to check everyone. This is just what it is. Alrighty, so we will set the buildings. Court is in a happy place. These are pretty good. We want to get this down a little bit more. Hopefully the eunuchs will leave soon. Let's continue. Oh? Can we do... It's 400 basically. We'll take that. Yu Jin. Please be associated with the right faction. Dynasty. Beautiful. Right, so we can definitely grab him. I don't think he has any recruitment history. Fresh recruit. Yep, not a spy. We can definitely add him into our roster. But we're going to end our episode here and continue here from next time. A lot of micromanagement, but I think we survived through the worst of it. We have plenty of cash still in our reserve. They're not gone yet, but they're close. So you can see the lack of purpose, the banishment, recently demoted. We can keep that -10 at all times. Office revokes going down, but we can also refresh that. So he's actually gone, I think. If we just refresh both, we get 4 points plus 2 points. Yeah, I think we can fire both eunuchs next turn, which will help a lot. Buildings have become reasonable again. Sure, the cost is sky high, but at least the turn makes sense. And we'll just build our way. At least tier 1 buildings. We're not upgrading anything except for this. Anything else would just make no sense. And we'll deal with the Yellow Turban Rebellion. They're about to rebel. They have taken their lands. Our army is almost full health. And we'll march them over and put down the rebellion and then start rebuilding our empire. We'll take our former capitals. We'll take some land. Currently, I think we do have deals with almost everyone. We just had to because we can't check for... Not here. We can check through here. Let's see. Did we sign a deal with... We did. What about Bianzhang? I think Bianzhang also signed one with us. Yep. Once the cash part times out, we can definitely cancel. But first, we deal with the rebellion. Let's stay united until that's over. No more fervor, and then we'll start conquering. So, until next time, bye!